rabbi to put some input. Now, the reason I want the rabbi to have some input here, and the reason, oh, we haven't talked about rabbi. This is Rabbi Rivkin. He leads the congregation down at Temple David here in Tampa. And Rabbi, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it very much, because I feel what we're going to be doing during these shows is very important for people to understand, comprehend what's going on in the world today, because there is a lot of confusion, there's a lot of evil going on. And, you know, I don't know, words, I learned about words through, and I want you to talk to us about words.
Well, words are methods for conveying thoughts and feelings. And God gave us the power of speech to use, to communicate, and to be able to go ahead and accomplish things by using that speech properly. Speech is something that is very important, and one should never use it without careful thought and also input, and also never use it in a hurtful way. One of the things is that when God created the human being, He gave us two keys, or two locks, so to say, to our tongue, our mouth. One is the lips and one are the teeth. And we must always be careful of how we use the gift of speech that God gave us. Humanity, human beings were given the opportunity and chosen to be the helpers to God in making a better world. When God created this world, He created two forces, major forces, the forces of good and the forces of evil. They are expressed in the esoteric teachings and writings of Judaism as being the Yetzer Tov, the good advisor that every human being has, and the Yetzer Hara, the evil advisor that every human being has. Within the forces that God created in this world, in order that there should be choice, you have to have both good and evil. And so it is the duty of every human being to try and bring about goodness in the world, and by doing so, making of this world a better world, a more harmonious world, and a world of love and peace and harmony, and recognizing that we must be thankful to God, the creator of heaven and earth, for all of the bounty and the good that He has given us. We must cherish it. And the best way how to cherish it is to always use good speech, kind speech, warm speech, speech that brings people together, speech that brings about harmony. Those are very important methods of bringing about a better world.
I love it. That explains a lot to me. Rabbi, what denomination are you?
I am an Orthodox rabbi of the Hasidic branch of Judaism. I was sent here in 1976 by the Lubavitcher Rebbe, who was the leader of the Chabad movement for many years, and I am his representative or shliach here. And we now have 7 branches in the Tampa Bay area that I founded and have seen them grow. And the meaning of the word Chabad means, it is an acrostic of 3 Hebrew words actually. Chachma, which means wisdom, the ches sound. Bina, the understanding, which is the B sound, Chava. And Das, the Dalet sound, or the D sound, which is to implement that knowledge and understanding into practical implementation. And so that is the duty of a person, for God gave us the ability to have understanding and the intellect. And when we couple that with the seat of the emotions, which is the heart, and we bring about a thoughtful world with thoughtful actions, but colored with warmth, with feeling, then we make a better world. And that has been our motto, our creed, and our goal. And thank God we've been able to open up branches in Orlando, Sarasota, Tampa Bay area here, Palm Harbor, and we have a variety of programs that help bring this about.
Cool.
The most important thing is always to remember that regardless of where we start out in life or at what level we are at, there is always an opportunity to grow. We must grow.
Must grow.
Life is growth.
Life is growth. What is the language that the Jewish Bible is written in?
The Jewish Bible is written in the language of Hebrew, which according to Jewish tradition was the original language of all of humanity, of all of mankind. During the Tower of Babel incident, which is where the English word Babel comes from, Babylon, which means to become incomprehensible, or he's babbling, you don't understand what he's talking about. The Bible tells us that humanity decided after the flood to build a tower to do battle with God. And because they were unified in their ability to communicate, they chose to attempt this task. And God stopped them by virtue of creating an incomprehensible wall that they did not understand that common language anymore. And so when the one would ask for, bring me bricks, in the language that the other person understood, the other workers, was bring them bricks, or bring them water. So he brought water. So he got upset. I don't need water now, I need bricks now. And so that caused chaos and divisiveness, and they stopped the project. So that's where the word Babel comes from. As a philologist, you can appreciate that. And so the Bible was written in Hebrew, and the original language of humanity was Hebrew. We find today many words in many languages. For instance, I was reading a book recently in the Japanese language that are very similar to Hebrew. In the Arabic language, very similar to Hebrew. Of course, the message of the Bible, of the Torah as it's known, the 5 books of Moses, is a message to all humanity. It is not just to the Jewish people, for Judaism is a universal religion, and its message is to all of humanity. For all of humanity came from the original two that were created by God, Adam and Eve. And it is our duty as human beings to try to make a better world and to fulfill the commandments that God gave us in the 5 books of Moses, in the Bible, and to make of this a better world. And there are commandments that apply to all human beings, not just to Jews. Jews have their commandments, and all of humanity has their commandments. And when people want to take upon themselves additional commandments that are found in the Bible, they are able to do so by becoming closer to the teachings of Judaism.